50, 50, 66, 67. 67 पे 30%. That is the number is correct. We've done the calculation. So risk-free investment. So rule 6 is investment needs to protect against inflation-adjusted capital and tax-adjusted capital, not just initial capital. Okay. What's your favorite food item? Everybody. What do you love to eat? Pasta. Okay.
I can eat anything.
But what do you love to eat? Given a choice, item 1.
Non-veg.
What, chicken? Okay. Anybody else? Pasta, we have fairly exotic choices here. Anybody? What would you like to eat? What is your favorite food item? Khichdi. Okay, that's unusual. Khichdi is normally, the general perception is it is for sick people. Okay. Yeah? What's your favorite food item? Pizza. Okay. Vada pav. That is perfect. Okay. What's your favorite food item?
I can eat anything.
Not Old Monk. Old Monk is a drink item. I asked about food item, not about drink item. What's your favorite food item?
Mutton.
Mutton. Okay. Anybody else wants to share?
Chicken. I like chicken.
Chicken. You like chicken. Okay. So if I was to serve you a meal now, you will take chicken.
Yeah.
Only chicken?
No, with a lot of other dishes as well.
Lot of
Other supplementary dishes.
supplementary dishes. What about the evening food?
I'd like some variety.
Okay. Chicken?
No. Chicken once a day.
Chicken once a day is enough, right?
Yeah.
Right? What about you? Your pasta? So you will take pasta now with only pasta? What will you take it with?
Bread.
Bread. Okay.
Cold
And-
drink or something.
Okay. And cold wine? Okay. What else? What about the night?
Not pasta.
Not pasta for sure. Okay. So I think in food, even though something might be our favorite, okay, we can't have it all the time, and that can't be the only thing that we have, right? I think something similar philosophy applies with investments as well. Okay. Your investments like food are best taken in combination. So this question is asked us all the time. Equity अच्छा है, gold अच्छा है, real estate अच्छा है, fixed deposit अच्छा है. Point is सब अच्छा है. खाने की सब आइटम अच्छी है ना. आपका टेस्ट कुछ है तो आपके लिए कोई पर्टिकुलर चीज ज्यादा अच्छी है फॉर यू, फॉर somebody else something else might be better, right? But ultimately that can't be the only, just because you like pasta or just because you like chicken, okay, or just because you like vada pav, that can't be the only thing that you eat, and not all the time, right? So I think overdose of any one item will result. We get clients all the time, they just have real estate, or we get, अब काफी कम हो गया, but we get clients with huge exposure on gold, okay. We do get clients with huge exposure on equity as well, or fixed deposit. I mean, again, that's a favorite with a lot of people. Bank fixed deposit, entire money in PPF, EPF, and bank fixed deposit. Okay. I think for most people, combination of equity and debt, some combination is good. Okay. Tax saving, which is the big, मुझे tax नहीं लगना चाहिए. What does a tax saving do for you? What does a tax saving do?
Boost up your return.
It just increases your return, right? So if because of the tax saving your return was coming to 12, and if you had an instrument without tax which was giving you 14, which one would you choose? Which one would you choose? Which one would you choose? Is that a difficult question?
But
But most people don't really choose that. Right? Most people, typically there is something about cheating the government of the taxes that are due that gives us a high that compensates for the 2% additional return that you might make. But for tax saving, I think a combination of EPF, PPF and an ELSS scheme is pretty good. I think for other requirements, there are things called balanced funds, which typically is 70-75% equity, 20-25% debt. For most do-it investors, I think this combination, for tax saving EPF, PPF with ELSS, and for other requirements a balanced fund. For most do-it-yourself, I think that's a good enough thing. Real estate, obviously, ticket sizes are large. So it is meant for people with large portfolios. And I think gold is like a pickle. Pickle is good, you enjoy it, but you can't, it's not a food item. Right? You need a dash of pickle. People who like pickle can have a little more. People who don't like it can have a little less or not have it at all. But it is ultimately a pickle. So I think that's rule number 7. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's a very, very important rule. So, and how many people invest in the stock markets? How many people? Only 2 people. That's it. You don't invest in the stock markets. No?
By SIP I invested once, then I stopped.
Then you stopped. Okay. Nobody else, only 2 people. So, do you know a guaranteed way to make money in the stock markets? Okay.
Not a guaranteed way, but better way to.
Which is?
Put in nice investment for long term rather than short term spurts. Trading opportunities are very less and far in between.
Okay.
But long term investment.
What is your definition of long term?
Long term is 5 years plus.
5 years
Because
plus.
your business cycles will run for 4.5 years. You wouldn't know what will happen in those.
So if you put money for 5 years in good shares, it should make money.
Ideally it should, but again it's a risky investment.
It is a risky
And
investment.
diversify across sectors, across stocks.
Okay. Any guaranteed way of making money on the stock market? What is yours?
Company 52 weeks low rate and overall Sensex if it is down, invest at that time.
When is it down? When do you define it as being down?
That over a period of time I am watching Sensex. So
Is it down today? Now?
No.
Yesterday?
No.
Okay. When was it down in this year?
then it was around 17,000-18,000.
Okay. 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 So I think one way is invest, buy cheap, sell dear, right? Unfortunately, I think
But
it's
nobody
difficult,
will know to what's
very difficult to make that out. Okay. The other, okay, a more serious way and a proven, a reason, anything that's happened in the past, okay, a proven way is investing for the long term. And even investing in the long term, okay, if you look at something which is called the systematic investment plan, and long term here we've defined as 10 years, okay, and if you start, this is research, right, from January 95, any 10-year period you take, okay, so suppose you started in Jan 95 and invested the same sum of money, Jan 95, Feb 95, March 95, you did 120 investments and sold off in Jan 05. Okay. Second series was you started in Feb 95, ended in Jan 05, sold off in Feb 05, so on till you started in May 03 and ended in, there were 100 series of 120 investments. Okay. Each of these series would have given you a return. You invested say 100 rupees every month, irrespective of what the Nifty was. This is investment in the Nifty. This was your return. Your minimum return was 9%. In any series, the minimum return was 9%. Okay. The average was 17. Maximum was 27%. Okay, and this has been done over 5 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10. I think over 10 years there is not a single negative return. Okay, and we're going to stretch this till September. Even till September there won't be a negative return. The minimum return will remain at 9%. In fact, there are only 2 single digit returns. Every other out of the 100 odd series, only 2 series return a single digit return. Okay. If you take long term, and again we've defined long term as, so if you do one time investment, this is a series of investments, right? 100 rupees, 100 rupees, 100 rupees, 100. If you just invested 100 rupees in Jan 95 and sold off in Jan 2005, or if you just invested in Feb 95 and sold off in Feb 05, okay, the minimum return you would have made is 4%, still positive. There hasn't been a 10-year investment in Nifty since Jan 95 that's made a loss. The minimum return has been 4%. The maximum has been 20, the average has been 6. Okay. So long term is a good way to invest. A long term systematic investment is even better way to invest. I think this, you can't really time the market. And I think anybody who's tried to time the market cannot be consistently be right. He might be right once, might be right twice.
It's like catching a falling knife. You don't cut your hand off. You catch it.
But people do manage to catch it a number of times. It is just that at some point when it hits the palm of your hand, whatever you might have caught earlier will also go away. That is the issue with trying to time the market. And I think this is a very important rule. Invest systematically. It reduces risks and it enhances return. This is for Nifty. If you do it in well-managed funds, okay, if you can pick up any well-managed funds. I mean, ICICI Pru, of course, Focus Blue Chip, of course, is not 15-year-old. Okay, but you pick up any well-managed funds, right? It will have given you a much better return than this. This is just Nifty. Okay.
And Nifty doesn't all the 50 stocks, not all of them are good stocks.
Yeah, so that, I mean, the advantage of investing in the Nifty is you're not dependent on a fund manager. Because, this thing, that is the advantage. But fund managers have consistently done better than the index, at least so far. Okay, especially over the long term. If this is true, why do so few people actually invest in SIPs? Why do so few people, I mean, in this room full of people, you had only 2 people who invest, or none in fact in SIP, right?
The problem is discipline actually.
What is so difficult about discipline? You give an ECS, it hits your account every month.
ECS clear when we will not meet person like you before this.
So there is a human, this is a good, yes, thank you. That's right. I think the key is human psychology. Investing in SIPs, can you brag? अरे मैंने 100 रुपया डाला 6 महीने में 300 हो गया. ठीक है? SIPs में boring. Okay. I mean, those of you who are married, it's like the wife. Sorry. Okay. Right? Okay. So, but it works. It's proven, it works. It's effective. It makes real wealth. Okay. But it is not sexy. It's boring. Okay. So, you have to really decide, you want sexy and losing or boring and wealthy. I think that is the choice that you really need to make. Yeah? What is the good choice? Sexy and losing or boring and wealthy?
How about sexy and wealthy?
मिलता नहीं है कॉम्बिनेशन सर. मैं ढूंढ रहा हूँ, मिल नहीं रहा है. मिल ही नहीं रहा है. बहुत ढूंढ रहा हूँ, नहीं मिल रहा है.